thank the gentleman. The Chair would now recognize the gentleman from Nevada, Mr. Horsford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last night, the actual Chairman, Chairman Issa, took an extreme action by issuing a unilateral subpoena to the White House. He demanded that Ms. O'Connor show up here today within 24 hours and under threat of contempt. There was no vote on this subpoena. The committee did not debate it. Members did not have the opportunity to weigh the gravity of what the Chairman did in the committee's name. Now we find out how misguided that subpoena really was. Ms. O'Connor, let me just confirm what we've heard here this morning. You were not at the IRS when employees were using inappropriate search terms. Is that correct?
I was not at the IRS during the period covered by the Inspector General's report.
You joined the IRS after the Inspector General issued his report. Is that correct?
Yes, I joined on May 30th, 2013.
And you left the IRS in 2013, which was long before the IRS made these recent discoveries this spring about Ms. Lerner's email. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And you joined the White House less than a month ago?
About a month ago.
And according to a letter we received from the White House, that was after the Treasury Department informed the White House in April about potential problems with Ms. Lerner's email. Is that right?
Right. I've seen that letter, and it refers to an April referral or informing in April, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I quite honestly do not understand how Chairman Issa was able to rush to issue this subpoena, to force you, Ms. O'Connor, to be here today within 24-hour notice. Your connection to this topic of today's hearing is at best a stretch, and all of these questions could have been answered by simply picking up the telephone and asking. It's just a continuation of the same charade that, unfortunately, this Chairman continues to use this committee to perpetuate. And what's further insulting about this is that the Chairman promised to use the authority of this committee responsibly. Let me read what the Chairman said back in 2011, and I quote, "I'm going to take the thoughts on why you object seriously. To be honest, I will ask other members of my committee, am I doing the right thing? I will also undoubtedly talk to other members on your side and say, am I nuts? Am I wrong? Is this somehow a subpoena that is outside the mainstream? So I don't intend on simply writing subpoenas endlessly." But that's exactly what Chairman Issa has done. Since he became Chairman 4 years ago, he has issued more than 50 unilateral subpoenas. He has never once allowed a debate, and he has never allowed a vote. Not only do these actions contradict the promises that he made 4 years ago as the Chairman, but they result in unwarranted and abusive subpoenas like the one he issued last night. Now, many constituents do care about the issue of the wrongdoing that occurred at the IRS. And there are members on the other side of the aisle who I have listened to try to understand the concerns about the lack of accountability of those individuals who should be held responsible. But unfortunately, that is not what the Chairman has allowed us to focus on in any of the hearings that we've had dealing with this matter. In fact, he's used this process to politicize the process and to not focus on the proper oversight or government reform function of the committee. But perhaps this should not be a surprise, because during an interview on August 19, 2010, before Chairman Issa became committee, he was asked what he planned to do with the ability to issue subpoenas, and his response was, and I quote, "Cabinet officers, assistant secretaries, directors, I will be able to take on everybody that the President hires and relies upon." Well, he has certainly made good on that promise. I yield back my time.